In today's session, we are going to study about soil. So in this session, we will study about types of soil, soil erosion, and some steps to protect the soil. So children, we know that plants grow in soil, right? As you can see in the picture, this beautiful girl is planting the tree, right? So we know that this plant will grow after some years, right? But how the plants will grow? They will grow in the presence of soil. So children, the plants grow in soil. Children, since plants give us oxygen and food, soil is very important for life on earth, right? So always remember that plants give us oxygen and food, and so it is very important for the life on earth. So children, what is actually soil made up of? Yes, it is made up of tiny bits of rocks, dead plants and animals, water and some air. So children, soil is made up of many things, like tiny bits of rocks. You can see here, this is a rock, it is shining. Then dead plants and animals, then water and some air. Because of the presence of all these things, soil is formed. So children, now we will study about soil. So what is actually soil? Yes children, big pieces of rocks are broken down by wind and water into smaller and smaller pieces till we get a fine powder. So children, as we studied that soil is formed by tiny bits of rocks, dead plants and animals, water and some air. So children, the big pieces of rocks are first broken down into smaller and smaller pieces. How do they break down into smaller pieces? They break down through wind and water, and they break down till we get a fine powder. And now this fine powder is called sand. So children, you can see here, this is sand. And you can see when plant has grown here, this is the cactus plant. Cactus plants grow in desert, right? So you can see in the picture, this is a very big desert, right? So sand is present in the desert. So children, wherever sand mixes with organic matter means dead plants and animals, okay? So wherever sand mixes with organic matter, that is dead plants and animals and minerals, soil is formed. So children, we can say that dead plants and animals are the organic matter, and wherever sand mixes with this organic matter and minerals also, then soil is formed, right? So you can see this picture. This is a picture of soil. Children, thus we can say that soil is defined as the topmost layer of the earth's surface. Right, children? So, soil is the top layer of the earth's surface, which consists of sand, organic matter and minerals with some amount of water and air in it. Right? You must have seen our earth. Right? You have seen that our earth is round in shape. Right? So you must have seen in the picture that earth is round in shape and it consists of 75% of water and 25% of land. Right? So we can say that soil is defined as the top layer of the earth's surface, which consists of sand, organic matter. What is organic matter? Dead plants and animals, and minerals with some amount of water and air in it. Right? So in this way, soil is formed. So children, we can say that soil is very, very important for life on earth. So why is it important? You can see in the picture, birds and animals are dependent on it, right? So it is very important for the life on earth, because many plants, many animals and birds, they all depend upon the soil, because plants grow in the soil. Then some animals depend upon plants, right? And many carnivores or wild animals depend upon other plants and animals also, right? So soil is very important for life on earth. So children, we can say that soil supports plants and is home to many insects and animals. So children, if soil supports plants, then what are plants for? Yes, when soil supports plants, they will grow, and then plants will produce food. So we can say that plants produce food. You can see in the picture, these are plants and they produce food like fruit or vegetable, right? So you can see here, this is a pea plant. So peas are grown on this plant. So we can say that this plant has produced peas. Then this plant has produced fruit, that is strawberry fruit, right? So children, plants produce food. And plants also give out oxygen gas, right? So why is it giving out oxygen gas? What is it important for? Yes, plants give out oxygen, and this oxygen is very important for human beings and all other living beings. So children, we need oxygen to breathe, and plants give out oxygen which we need to breathe. So children, the process of soil formation is actually called pedogenesis, right? Always remember this term, it is very important. Children, you can see here that there is a very small village, and here are some small houses, and rest of that is soil. So what is the process of soil formation called as? Yes, the process of soil formation is called as pedogenesis. Alright. So always remember that soil is very important for life on earth, and the process of this soil formation is called pedogenesis. Now we will study about types of soil. So children, how many types of soil are there? Yes, we can see here there are 3 main types of soil. So children, there are mainly 3 types of soil depending upon the size, feel and color of the soil particles. Alright children, so these are 3 main types of soil depending upon the size, feel and color of the soil particles. So what are the 3 main types of soil? They are gravel, sand and clay. I repeat, gravel, sand and clay. Okay children, so you have to learn and read with me, right? So children, now we will study about all these 3 main types of soil in detail. What is gravel, what is sand and what is clay. Okay, so be ready. Alright children, so what is gravel? Yes, gravel is a type of soil that consists of tiny stones and does not hold water well. Alright children, so always remember that gravel looks like this. Gravel consists of tiny stones and gravel does not hold water well, right? It has gaps between the stones that allow the water to pass easily. So it does not hold the water. Why it does not hold the water well? Because gravel has gaps between the stones that allow the water to pass easily. So always remember that gravel looks like this. The second main type of soil is sand. So this is a picture of sand. Sand is very light and dry, and because of this property, water passes easily through this kind of soil, as the particles here are very coarse, right? So because of this, water passes easily, like we saw in gravel. In gravel also water passes easily because gravel has gaps between the stones. The same way, sand is also light and dry, so water passes easily through this kind of soil, as the particles of the sand are coarse. Now the third main type of soil is clay. So children, clay particles are extremely fine. You can see here, it is very distinct. We can say that they are extremely fine particles. So this is a picture of clay particles. Children, clay becomes very heavy and quite sticky when it is wet. Right? So we will see the picture. Yes, this is a picture of clay. It becomes very heavy and quite sticky when it is wet, and water does not flow freely through this type of soil. So children, as water passes easily through gravel and sand, water does not passes easily through clay. So always remember that water passes easily through gravel and sand, but water does not flows or passes freely through clay, because clay becomes very heavy and sticky when it is wet. Alright children. So children, we can say that the garden soil that consists of clay, sand and humus is called loam. Alright children. So what is loam? Yes, the garden soil that consists of clay, sand and humus is called loam. As you can see in the picture, this is loamy soil. So loamy soil is usually very good for growing plants. So children, always remember that for growing plants you should use loamy soil, because loamy soil is very good for growing various types of plants, because it contains clay, sand and humus. Alright children. So children, now we will see that what is dust. Yes, dust is very fine sand, right? What we studied about sand, that it is very light and dry. Same way, what is dust? It is very fine sand. You can see in the picture, this is a picture of dust. It is very fine sand. So children, dust is also very helpful to us. Oh, now you will think that how dust is very useful or helpful to us. Let's see. Children, clouds are formed around dust particles, right? So there would be no rain if there is no dust, right? So if there will be no dust, there would be no rain. So there should be dust, and dust is very helpful because clouds are formed around dust particles, and because of this we get rain. So always remember that there would be no rain if there is no dust. Okay children? So I hope you are clear with the types of soil. Now we will study about soil erosion. So children, what is meant by soil erosion? Alright, first we will study and learn about topsoil. So what is topsoil? Children, see in the picture. The uppermost layer of the soil is made up of fine sand and humus. So this fine sand and humus layer is called the topsoil. Right? Children, always remember that the uppermost layer of soil is made up of fine sand and humus, and that is why this layer is called as topsoil. Alright children, so topsoil is very fertile because it is rich in humus. So children, what is fertile? Yes, fertile means the plants can grow very well on this soil. So topsoil is very fertile. Fertile means it is very nutritious for the plants, very useful for the plants, because it is rich in humus. Alright children. So children, we can say that the removal of the fertile topsoil by the action of wind and water is called soil erosion. Right? So as we studied that topsoil is very fertile because it is very rich in humus. Right? And topsoil is very important for the plants. So if this topsoil is only removed by the action of wind and water, then what will happen to the soil? Yes, soil erosion will occur. So children, what is soil erosion? It is the removal of the fertile topsoil by the action of wind and water. Right? This is called as soil erosion. So when the soil erosion happens, yes, we just now saw in the picture, yes, by the action of wind and water. That is, if storm occurs or flood occurs, then there will be removal of the fertile topsoil and it will cause soil erosion. Right? So plants cannot grow on this type of land which you see in the picture. So this is the green color picture you can see, right? This is a land which now it has become infertile, right? So this infertile soil or infertile topsoil cannot grow plants, right? Because now there is the removal of this fertile topsoil by wind and water. So this is infertile land. So children, soil erosion increases when we cut down trees and we do not grow crops using the correct methods, and when there are strong winds and when it rains very heavily. So children, we should stop this soil erosion. We should not cut down trees. This is very bad because if we will cut down trees, then soil erosion will increase, and you know that soil erosion should not increase because plants will not grow, right? So always remember that soil erosion increases when we cut down the trees. So do not cut down trees. Then second is we do not grow crops using the correct methods. So children, always remember that you should grow crops using the correct method, right? And when there are strong winds and when it rains heavily, soil erosion increases, right? So you should save the plants from the strong winds and the heavy rains by using some methods. Alright children? So always remember that do not cut trees and use the correct method to grow the crops. So this way we can stop soil erosion. So children, what is actually humus which we studied? Yes, the dark colored substance formed from dead remains of plants and animals is called humus. So children, as we studied that topsoil is very fertile because it is rich in humus. So topsoil is fertile because it is rich in humus. And what is humus? It is the dark colored substance formed from dead remains of plants and animals. As you can see in the picture, this is a picture of humus. So this is formed by dead remains of plants and animals. So children, I hope you are clear with the soil erosion. And now we will study and learn some steps about protecting the soil. So children, how can we protect the soil? Yes, plants get most of their nutrients from the topsoil. What is topsoil? It is the uppermost layer of the soil made up of fine sand and humus. Right? So plants get most of their nutrients from the topsoil because it is very rich in humus and also it is made up of fine sand. So children, if the topsoil is removed, then where would the plants grow? Yes, think, if this topsoil is removed, which is full of nutrients, then where would the plants grow? Yes, there are certain steps we can take to check soil erosion. Right? So we can say that we will follow some certain steps to check soil erosion and we can help and protect the soil. So children, let's see some of the steps through which we can check soil erosion. So children, always more number of trees should be planted to replace the ones that are cut down. Always remember that you should plant more and more number of trees. Then different types of crops should be grown on farmland so that the soil has time to recover the minerals that the previous crop has used. So what is this actually called as? It is called crop rotation. Right? So have you got it? Yes, you can see in the picture, right? Many types of plants are grown here and you can see that there are many layers of soil, right? So we can grow different types of crops on farmland. Farmland means on one farm we can grow different types of crop, right? But what should we do? Yes, we should grow the different types of crops on farmland. Why? Because soil will get time to recover the minerals that already the previous crop has used. And because of this, many different types of crops can be grown on one farmland, and that is why it is called as crop rotation. Okay children, then trees and bushes should be planted in open land. As you can see in the picture, this is the picture of an open land. So trees and bushes should be planted in an open land. Why it should be planted in an open land? Because it does not allow the wind to blow at full force and take away the topsoil. So in this way we can prevent the topsoil to be removed by wind. Right? As we saw before, right? By the action of wind and water, topsoil is removed, right? So how can we stop this topsoil to get removed? Yes, we should plant trees and bushes so that it does not allow the wind only to blow at full force and take away the topsoil. So we will plant trees and bushes in an open land. And this way we can protect the soil. Then water flowing at the speed can easily take away a lot of topsoil, right? So always remember that dams should be built across rivers to stop floods, right? So here we can see the picture of Dam. This is a dam. So dam should be built across river to stop flood. Okay children? So children, we can say that dam should be built to stop soil erosion. Right? And protection of soil from erosion is known as soil conservation. So children, we saw many steps for protecting the soil, and this protection of soil from erosion is called, or it is known as, soil conservation. Okay children, so I hope you are clear with the steps of soil conservation. Right? So I hope you enjoyed this session about soil. So we will meet in the next session with the new lesson. Till then, keep planting trees and keep learning. Thank you children.